The Microsoft family recently exploded in size and now has 22 developers under its roof. That's a lot, which means there's a lot of games in production and it's going to be tough to keep track of them all. But we got you covered. Hey, this is Kurt. Let's go over who's a part of the Xbox family and what they got cooking in the kitchen for this generation of gaming. 343 Industries, aka the Halo Studio. Since Bungie parted ways with Microsoft to pursue a new destiny back in 2007, 343 Industries was put in place to take over the Halo franchise. Halo Infinite is up next, sometime in 2021. Alpha Dog Games. Alpha Dog Games is a mobile game developer responsible for Wraithborn and Monstro City Rampage. We don't know what they're working on next, nor do we know whether or not it'll be a mobile game or something for consoles. We'll just have to wait and see. Arcane Studios, the folks responsible for Dishonored and Prey. Currently they're working on Deathloop, which is coming to PC and the PS5? Okay, so Microsoft acquired Arcane after Deathloop's exclusivity for the PS5 was announced, and Microsoft is honoring that deal for now. Neither Microsoft nor Arcane have confirmed anything yet, but it's speculated that Deathloop will find its way on Xbox consoles eventually. Meanwhile, Arcane is hiring for an unannounced game. Please let it be Dishonored 3. Cool, thanks. Alright, see ya. The Coalition, aka the Gears of War studio. Gears 6 hasn't been announced yet, but I'd be damned if they didn't have it cooking because 5 ended with one hell of a cliffhanger. In the meantime, Gears 5 is getting updates for the Xbox Series consoles with story DLC on the way and other updates like a new Game Plus. Also, the Coalition, in collaboration with studio Splash Damage, developed Gears Tactics, which is out now on PC and is coming to Xbox One and Xbox Series consoles. Compulsion Games, responsible for Contrast and We Happy Few. It's currently working on a new game set in a new universe, but that's all we know for now. Bethesda Games Studios. What did these folks work on again? Oh, right, Elder Scrolls, and something called Fallout? Just kidding. Currently, BGS is working on STARFIELD, a completely new franchise, and Elder Scrolls 6. We don't know when those games are coming out or whether they'll be Xbox exclusives, but what we do know is they will be coming to Xbox Game Pass on day one, whatever that will be. Double Fine Productions, the studio behind Psychonauts, Brutal Legend, and Broken Age, just to name a few, is currently developing Psychonauts 2 for Xbox One, Xbox Series consoles, as well as the PS4. It will be coming out sometime in 2021. id Software, the mastermind of the FPS genre and creator of franchises such as Doom, Wolfenstein, Quake, and Rage, is currently working on its latest release, Doom Eternal, giving it a facelift for next-gen gaming, porting it to Switch, and working on its two-part expansion, Ancient Gods. The Initiative, described as Microsoft's quadruple A studio. This is a new one made up of talent from Naughty Dog, Bungie, and Crystal Dynamics, and we have no idea what it's doing. But Xbox Daddy X Phil Spencer suggests the team is working on one of Xbox's legacy IPs. The rumor mill online says the studio is rebooting the classic Xbox franchise, Perfect Dark, but my money's on Blinks. inXile Entertainment. With Wasteland 2 and 3 under its belt, inXile is the classic RPG devs of Xbox's family. And what is it working on next? Well, you guessed it, we don't know. But the studio said it might be a while until its next game is announced. Machine Games, the Wolfenstein studio. The Swedish team took over the franchise and revitalized it with 2014's The Wolfenstein New Order, following it up with Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, and its spin-offs The Old Blood and Young Blood. It hasn't announced what's next, but I'm desperately itching for another installment in the mainline Wolfenstein series because BJ Blazkowicz is a hunk of a man and I love him. Mojang Studios, the Minecraft studio. Most recently, it co-developed Minecraft Dungeons with Double 11 and continues to support the ever-evolving original game. But interestingly, we still haven't got official word on next-gen ports, but I mean, come on, it's on everything, so I'm sure we're good, right? Yeah. Ninja Theory, which is responsible for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and most recently, Bleeding Edge. Next up, it's got a few things cooking, including Senua's Saga, Hellblade II, and Project Mara, an experimental horror experience. Obsidian Entertainment, another RPG powerhouse and the maker of The Outer Worlds, not to be confused with Wilds. At the moment, the studio has its fingers in all sorts of pies, including Grounded, Outer Worlds DLC, and Avowed, a new first-person RPG. Also, Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas, and since Obsidian and Bethesda are now practically step-siblings, it's about time we get another one of those going, so get on with it. Playground Games, what could once be viewed as the Forza Horizon-only studio, is now working on reviving the classic Xbox RPG series, Fable. Rare continues to ride the wave with its games-as-a-service Sea of Thieves. It's also working on the upcoming adventure game Everwild, a fantasy game with magic, majestic animals, and robes. Roundhouse Studios. Back in 2019, developer Human Head Studios shut its doors, but only days later, its entire staff was purchased by Bethesda, forming Roundhouse Studios. That said, we don't know what the team is working on, but it has a history with the original 2006 Prey, a franchise taken over by Arcane, so it all ties together one way or another. Most importantly, these are the same developers that brought us The Quiet Man, and while I love Prey, I really hope Xbox is funding The Quiet Man 2, The Quieter Man. Please. Tango Gameworks. Founded by Resident Evil director Shinji Mikami, Tango Gameworks did The Evil Within 1 and 2. At the moment, it's working on its first-person action horror game, Ghostwire Tokyo. But, like Deathloop, it is coming to PC and just the PS5, a decision made prior to the Microsoft acquisition. No word on coming to Xbox just yet, but only the future will tell. Turn 10 Studios, the other half of the Forza franchise. Turn 10 Studios has been developing Forza Motorsport games since 2005, and you wouldn't guess what it's working on next. Yeah, it's Forza Motorsport. It's going to be the 8th entry, and it's currently in early development. Undead Labs, living right up to its name, making games about the undead with State of Decay 1 and 2. This crew is working on a 3rd entry in the State of Decay series. World's Edge, aka the Age of Empires studio. World's Edge was founded in 2019 to oversee the franchise and is currently working on Age of Empires 4, which doesn't have a release date yet. ZeniMax Online Studios. ZeniMax Online Studios is responsible for The Elder Scrolls Online and supporting Bethesda Game Studios in creating Fallout 76. Back in 2019, it did announce it was working on Commander Keen, a mobile game, but from the looks of it, has been canned since. With that in mind, we don't actually know if they're working on anything new or just continue to support Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76. Hey, you still with me? If so, thanks for coming by, and I hope this was informative to you. Now, there's still plenty of exclusives we didn't touch on in this video as they're being made by third-party devs like Bloober Team's The Medium or Ebb Software's Scorn, but if you'd like, you can check out a video on the 9 biggest games coming to the Xbox Series consoles in 2021 and beyond by Persia, link in the description below. For more on the past, present, and future of gaming, keep your eyes on GameSpot, and while you're at it, check out Generation Next. It's the show about next-generation consoles. Alright, thanks again, and here's to The Quiet Man 2. See you later.